In a move to stimulate Albuquerque's sagging economy heads to the city council this week. Supporters say it will save home and commercial developers millions and in turn add a spark to stalled construction. But not everyone's on board. Opponents say it's just another government bailout. News 13's Crystal Gutierrez is live in the Newsplex with the details. Crystal.
Tim, the bill calls for drastic reductions in impact fees, which the city charges developers to build. Supporters say this won't mean a tax increase, but it will mean the money lost will have to come from somewhere.
First of all, it will create jobs here in Albuquerque.
That's what City Councilor Ken Sanchez says about the bill to waive impact fees for developers in the city of Albuquerque. The bill would reduce the amount of impact fees by half for most developers. Green developers wouldn't have to pay a dime. Impact fees pay for important things like public safety, drainage, streets, parks, and open space, and that's where the opposition comes in. Councilor Michael Cadigan.
We're going to lose $2 million in road money, park money. That means we're going to have to come up with $2 million from somewhere else. And there is no free lunch, so that means the taxpayers will have to come up with this extra money.
Sanchez says the money to cover the loss of impact fees is in the city's capital improvement budget. 1% of that pool of money has already been set aside to fill the gap.
We could ask that number be increased from maybe 1% to 2% or even 3% if necessary.
Sanchez thinks this bill will be enough to get Albuquerque's building industry back on its feet.
That we can get people back to work and we can, get the economy moving again.
Cadigan says developers are already making a comeback without the help of what he calls another taxpayer bailout.
Taxpayers are getting the shaft on this. First it was the banks, then it was the insurance industry, then it was the car dealers, now it's the home builders.
Now, if the bill is passed, impact fees for developers, both commercial and housing builders, will be reduced for 12 months. 400 new housing permits were issued in Albuquerque for fiscal year 2009. In fiscal year 2006, there were more than 4,000. Tim?
Thank you, Crystal. The city was collecting more than $1 million a month in impact fees in better economic times. Back in February, it was down to $278,000.